family. How are you? Some of you are probably going crazy because Facebook's down. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, woo! It's interesting because of what's going on in the world right now, how you might feel very isolated. You know, it's the way you communicate. I was like, geez, you know, that's the way I communicate with my best friend Serenity and with my Uncle Phil in Wisconsin, right? And to me, it's about that. It's about touching base with people that aren't in my vicinity. And it's just an easy way to see what they're doing, what's going on. But I got a message, and I'm curious. I'm going to use this deck because I got a message the other day that said, you may be shutting down websites and going off the web for a while. And my girlfriend Lisa sends me a message this morning. She goes, what's going on? I tried to go on Facebook and it just keeps spinning. Do you think that's a sign? And I said, yeah, it's a sign. It's toxic. It's a sign to do something else. Maybe you're spending too much time on that, right? We are in Mercury retrograde. And Mercury retrograde is the planet of communication. It affects communication, so it talks about, it also may be showing you that, you know, you rely too heavily on the internet. You rely too heavily on apps instead of, you know, interpersonal, like literally reaching out. Maybe it's going to cause people to reach out to others in more appropriate ways, more personal ways, right? It's very impersonal. So I've got these all good and shuffled. Let's have our items to choose from. Somebody, who was it? My friend from Colorado posted, I was speaking about obsidian, right? Black obsidian, slag, Apache tears. I put a big post out. I think I shared it with you guys. How maybe it wasn't on YouTube, maybe it was on Facebook. And it was talking about how this kept coming to me. Black obsidian kept coming to me. Slag kept coming to me. I think I took them upstairs. But it kept coming into my arena. And so it was obviously something that I needed. And it has to do with protection, but it also has to do with deep healing from very emotional issues. Apache Tears was formed when there was a battle and the warriors chose to ride off the side of a mountain instead of give up in defeat. And they all died. And so it was the children and women at home that was, their tears fell to stone and became Apache Tears. And so it's talking about dealing with deep grief. So he said, I've got a black obsidian arrowhead. And I said, so do I. Check it out. On a piece of black tourmaline, which is also one of those slag, because it's glass. It's a type of glass. It's when something suddenly cools. It cools so suddenly that it literally forms into glass. That's what it is. And then this is, oh, why can I never remember this? And I can't pull it up because it's on Facebook. This crystal here, it's not, this is not clear quartz crystal. This is, I'll have to think about it, but it has to do with relationships. So the arrowhead, and you can see the glass. Actually, if you could see the light going through it from behind. If I lit it, I can see it because the sun's coming from that way. So they both look like glass. One is crystal, one is glass, and they call it a crystal, black obsidian. So this is, and you see the dark and the light here too, right? Yin and yang, harmony. So there may be something to do with relationships. There may be something to do with Native American culture. An arrowhead, it's like, you know, you pull your arrow back and you focus, pull your arrow back, and then you let it fly, and spirit directs it where it needs to go. So whatever reasons that you might choose this item, right? Then we have Amazonite. My Amazonite heart. I love this. It's literally just in the kind of in a shape of a heart. It wasn't carved or anything. Amazonite you can put in your water. I put this in Willow's water to help her. Amazonite was one of the things that strengthens your teeth and your gums. When you think about that, in dreams, teeth have to do with chewing on the past over and over and over and over again, right? So this is to help heal. And this is also, it's turquoise, but it's like it's a blue stone. The blue stones all have to do with communication, the heart, the throat chakra. So if you have a blocked throat chakra, this would be good. You might just love this color. This is my favorite color since I was a little kid. Turquoise is my soul color. So I choose this, not to mention it's heart, a natural heart. A natural heart, I like that. Something that isn't carved, man-made, right? Then we have a selenite wand. Selenite is a self-charging, self-clearing crystal. It charges and clears all other crystals. So empaths that are self-charge, we have to go away to charge. We don't charge off of other people. We are self-charging. And in all truth, we really don't self-charge. We charge off of the land or the sun. And this needs to be cleared by nothing. It doesn't need to be charged or cleared by any other crystal. And what's so interesting about this is that it's very delicate. It breaks easily, and if you put it in water, it will completely dissolve. So it's a delicate, even though it's strong, it's delicate, right? So maybe that's a message. Maybe your delicacy or your gentleness is your strength. Why are you choosing that? Then I have a druzy piece. This is a crystal. And I don't know what kind this is. All I know is it's druzy. I'll have to ask her. So you might like glitzy things. You might like shiny things. I like shiny things. You might just like to wear crystals. The power of blue, again. This is Archangel Michael's color, the power of cute. Look at what I'm wearing, right? I'm totally in blue. I love blue. Blue is the color of communication. Blue is the color of your throat chakra. Blue is the color of Archangel Michael. So maybe you need protection, or maybe you are protective of yourself, or maybe you are protecting another. Maybe you need to communicate. Maybe you just think it's pretty. Okay, those are the 4 items to choose from. All right, song in the background, it was the Summer of Love. Somebody's got an issue with a relationship. First message came out right away. So we're starting with this, and interesting, I said relationships, right? And check it out, black and white together. This is, you need to choose. Somebody needs to choose. This is either for you or for someone else. You must choose. This one doesn't want to choose. I love them both. I want them both. I don't want to give up either. But I'm unhappy. It's not making me happy. I'm holding on to both, and it's not making me happy. So Spirit says right now that there's a choice that needs to be made. And it may have to do with 2 places to live, 2 jobs, 2 friends that want your attention, but, you know, they're vying for your attention. Or it could be 2 different locations that you want to live in. It could be 2 different people. It could be I love this person, but I love my family, and my family says I can't be with them if I choose that person. Now, what's interesting about this is you love them both. Good qualities to this, good qualities to that. Bad qualities to this, bad qualities to that. Things that work out well, things that aren't so great. One you love, well, both you love, but one you're in love with. And right now, Spirit says everybody's suffering because you haven't made the choice. You're the one who's causing the pain. You need to choose. You must choose. There's your answer. You may be causing yourself pain because you're not making a choice. That sometimes making a choice, not making a choice is making a choice. But Spirit says right now everyone's suffering because you haven't chosen. All right, that was quick. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I'm gonna actually I haven't used my deck for a while, so I'm gonna use my deck. 333, the Naked Truth. 333 messages that are in here. So I ask Spirit, please guide my hands to the most appropriate message for the most amount of people. Archangel Michael, make sure that there's nothing going on in here. Done a sweep. I felt really good today. I felt really good today. I was talking to a client and I said, I don't know, I feel great. I don't feel any toxic energy. I just feel good. And I thought that was interesting that Facebook was down. Facebook is a window. It's like an eye into your life, right? And it was blocked. Instagram's blocked. Facebook is blocked. WhatsApp is blocked. And I don't know, I feel like it might have something to do with that. I feel really good. Somebody can't spy on me. Somebody can't be, I don't know, because when somebody attaches to you like that, you're picking up all that toxicity. So I feel like the break is actually a good one. Correct for neutrality on all levels. It could be that. Maybe there's a break that needs to take place and it's a good one. We have to choose, right? The break could be a good one. Maybe you've gone through a break and you've been suffering, but Spirit says it's a good one. You should feel proud of yourself. I'm proud of you. Maybe someone's making them feel bad about themselves, and I'm saying, you be proud of yourself. I'm proud of you. Or maybe you need to say that to someone. Or maybe you need to just know that for yourself. Somebody is either reconsidering or you need to reconsider, right? Somebody needs to make a choice. One more, Spirit says. Correct for neutrality. Anyway, I asked for Archangel Michael to do a sweep of my place and take away anything that's not in here, but it feels really good. So then I just ask for a blessing on this reading. Your pets need your attention ASAP. What's going on, Liger? What? What? Are you okay? Saphira just jumped off. As soon as possible. Okay, well, as soon as I finish this, I think I'll take Gaia for a hike. It might be that. Okay. Your pet. Who is your pet? If you look up pet, here, I'll do this because I can do that on Google. Pet definition. It's not necessarily an animal. Right? Sorry. Something's not on solid ground. Something might be moving or something might be... So it's when you devote special attention to one that you feel strongly about. Your pet, so someone that you feel very strongly about, needs your attention as soon as possible. Remember, there's a choice that needs to be made. You may be losing someone if you don't give them your attention. And Spirit says it's a good change. Okay. Then we go to the Amazonite heart. For those who chose the Amazonite heart, moving right along here. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Song right now, we're going around and around and around. I'm leaving you, it's not working out well, but I keep coming back around. We just keep going around and around. Doesn't sound like a very good place to be. Doesn't sound like a very good place to be. We couldn't turn around until we were upside down. So you had to go through something to realize something. I'll be the bad guy now. I ain't too proud. That's good, you know? I couldn't be there even when I tried, but you won't believe me. You know what I said to my client the other day when I was doing a reading? I said, they're having conversations, their person was having conversations in their head and answering for them. Don't ever assume that you know the answer. We can't let go. Run away, but we're running in circles. I dare you to go. I dare you to do something. I'm waiting on you, so I don't take the blame. So pride's in the way here. I think we're not getting a card yet because this has to do with the last card, right? The choice that you need to make. You're holding on to something. Maybe you're holding on to friends. Maybe you're holding on to, I don't know what you're holding on to. You're holding on to something that you need to let go of. Let go of something. Can't have them both. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Could be family. Like I said, I'm looking at my little kitten that's just like attached to my other cat. You thought that it was special, but it was just the sex. I still hear the echo. So maybe he's telling himself that, or she, right? Trying to make excuses. Okay, clear that energy. We want a different message, please. Correct? Seasons change and our love went cold. Feed the flame because we can't let go. Run away, but we're running in circles. So you're never gonna, you keep coming back to it, so you might as well deal with it, right? You might as well face it, whatever it is. Face it, speak. I'm waiting on you to do something, but don't. Why are you waiting, right? Why don't you make a move? Correct for neutrality. Or why don't you make a move? For those who chose the Amazonite crystal, maybe you don't understand what I've been going through. It's only me. What have you got to lose? Make up your mind. Tell me, what are you going to do? Okay, I'm switching decks. This is annoying me. Correct for neutrality on all levels for those who chose the Amazonite, and I did. Maybe that was it. We don't have any message in there. Not this one either? This one, Divine Circus Oracle. All right, correct for neutrality on all levels. So Divine Circus Oracle. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Okay, 3 fell, and that's a lot. But I'll try to bring it forward. So what fell is the juggler, right? Somebody's been juggling, and they're exhausted. They're exhausted from juggling. Whatever it is that they've been juggling. Situations, people, time, energies. Sometimes people will give themselves a false sense of forward movement by juggling, right? Juggling this, juggling that. Keep giving themselves the illusion that they're actually doing something when they're just kind of staying stuck. Could be a lot of projects in the air. Could be a lot of commitments to a bunch of different people or whatever it is. But Spirit says there's something else that's coming through and you're thinking, how can I do one more thing? And Spirit says you can, because you don't have to do it all alone. You can delegate authority to someone else. You don't have to be the one that takes care of everything. The juggler is a multitasker, right? Doing a lot of different things. How am I going to be able to do one more thing without becoming overwhelmed? By not doing everything. So you focus on what needs to be done. What do I need to do right now? Do that, right? And then allow everything else to fall into place, or ask for help from spirit or from other people. You know, maybe you're one of these people who thinks that you need to be in control of everything. No one is in control of everything. No one. So Spirit says whatever that's going to come in, you will be able to handle it if you relinquish control, okay? And then they're showing me there's reason for celebration coming. Now, it could be that other people are having wonderful things happening in their life, and you're like, well, what about me? What about me? Spirit says, you know what? Be happy for other people. Celebrate with them. You know you've got a good friend when they're happy when you succeed. There's a lot of people that are around when shit hits the fan, and a lot of people are around when you're not doing very well, but then when you start doing well, all of a sudden they're not there. They kind of don't want you to be doing too well. But Spirit's saying you're going to have reason for celebration very, very soon. It could be something that you're going to gain, something that you've been, whatever it is that you've been wanting. Spirit says it's heading your way. Maybe you need to pull this energy in, because look at the different contrast between these two people, right? Just because this one's in a party mood doesn't mean that everything's going their way. They may be lonely. They may not have in front of them what they want. They may not be financially flush, but they've got an attitude that's positive, right? They look and they realize that there's something to celebrate every single day. So you could look at that, because there's a total contrast, right, in that. Maybe Spirit says also, all work and no play is making you this way, whereas if you can get out there and celebrate, go out there and have some fun, lighten up your energy, then you will draw towards you the success that you are looking for, right? And it comes in waves. It doesn't come all the time. It's not, what did they say, when it rains it pours? Seriously, it's like everything's kind of like, and then whoosh, everything happens, right? So if there are other people that are having wonderful things happen, be happy for them, because soon it's going to be your turn, Spirit says. Don't be feeling jealous. Don't be feeling like it's not fair, life's not fair, because then you're holding that negative energy and you're pulling that negative energy towards you, right? So this is their turn to have it, but soon it'll be your turn, right? It's gonna come, because Spirit says there's going to be reason for celebration, and there's a bright future. I picked this message, right? So I mean, I work with people all day long, and I pray and ask for my clients on their behalf. Show them, like, you know, I can see what's going on with this couple, right? This guy, he's just afraid of being hurt. He's afraid that if he shows his feelings fully to this girl, and she decides that she's bored with him or doesn't really want it, or maybe it was just a conquest and then he's dumped, then he's crushed. So he holds back, and she's like, what's wrong with me? Why isn't he coming forward? Does he like other people? No, he likes her. He wants her, but he's holding back. He doesn't know how to exhibit the proper behavior in relationships, because he didn't see it growing up in his family, and he's afraid if I hold back, it'll keep her coming. And she's like, I'm done. I'm not going to go after him. And it's sad to watch somebody walk away, and he's like, well, hey, see, she didn't want me after all. No, you're playing games. You're not dealing with a teenager. You're dealing with an enlightened woman, a woman who's done her work, right? She knows her value. She's not going to be treated like a flavor of the week. So it doesn't mean that she didn't want you. It just meant she has respect for herself. So I watch these things, and it's like, wow, if you could just fix it for other people. But you can't. Song right now, it goes deeper than the surface. This is someone who's feeling bad about themselves. I hope to help you see a little clearer. And that's what I was doing to her. I said, you need to recognize, maybe the lesson is that you deserve the best. It's not you. Well, why are these guys all like this? Why do I draw these people to me? I said, she goes, do you get other callers like that? I said, all day long. All day long. Relationships are work. Some people are lazy. Some people are too good looking and too wealthy, and they figure they can just, they're used to people throwing themselves at them. I said, but they're not going to get someone like you. They can get the flavor of the week anytime they want, but eventually they're going to want someone who has a brain. Eventually they're going to want someone who has some substance. And by then, do you really want them back after they've gone through all the flavors of the week, right? And now they've had their, sown their wild oats? And now they come back to you after they've done that, and they're saying, okay, I mean, I knew you had it all along, but I just kind of wanted to experience this, that, and the other. And by then, it may be too late, right? Because this is bright new future. This is looking ahead. This is new beginnings. Now, if you put all these cards together, I'm working a lot. I work a lot. I've started to pay attention to not working all the time. Because if I want to have somebody in my life to spend time with me, I can't be a workaholic. I turned my attention to work because my twin disappeared. And I wasn't interested in replacing him, right? I knew who my twin was, so I poured all of my energy into my work. But then I recognized after a long time, I'm not going to just sit here and wait for that person. I don't care if he's my twin, right? So I recognize that if I want to draw somebody of a high caliber towards me, I can't be a workaholic, or I will draw towards me a workaholic, because I'm exhibiting that energy, right? So I need to stop working so much. I needed to delegate authority to spirit, and I have. And it works out really well. If my phone gets a little quiet, I know. What was the message? Your pets need you as soon as possible. Bea needs to go for a hike, and I'm going to go. I'll shut my work line down. I've already shut my work line down. This will be done, and I'll go, because I'm learning, right? And because of that, I know that there's reason for celebration. She celebrates every time she gets outside. I do too. I love being outside. I don't have somebody in my life. I would like a partner, but I'm not going to get a partner by working 24/7 and feeling sorry for myself, right? I go celebrate life. And I know that there's going to be a new future. So Spirit says right now, simple. This is innocence. This is a fresh, new, maybe way of looking at things. If there's something that's confusing to you, I just am thinking innocent, right? Simple. So, bright baby. So, if you can't figure something out, stop trying to figure it out. Don't worry about figuring it out. You're going to get your mind all boggled. If there's confusion around you, if you feel like something, like this is also a tainted beauty, right? Like the innocence has been stolen from this. I feel like the innocence is gone now. You know, it's spoiled or it's damaged. And Spirit says, no, it's not. It's not. You can restore, you can recover, you can repair. Maybe that's what's going on here. Maybe there's these two. This one was working. This one wanted to celebrate life. And look at the contrast, right? And then it went like this. Boom. Well, now this one's saying it's ruined. I ruined it. It's damaged. I took the innocence from that. I wrecked that. There's nothing we can do to fix this. And Spirit says that's not the truth. This is Mercury retrograde right now, and this is all about looking at the past and looking at what can be renewed, what can be restored, what needs to be removed, right? Have I learned my lesson? What have I, how have I changed in a positive way? Whatever it is. But this message says something can be restored, something can be renewed, something needs to be cleaned up. Maybe it's the difference between your attitudes, right? And that one has to go. That attitude has to go. The fact that you think, you know, what is that? People are raised, you got to work hard to make a living. No, you don't. You don't need to work harder. You need to work smarter. And you work smarter by connecting to Spirit and listening to their guidance. And when Spirit says, you know what, you've been working too long and you're at a slump, or you're exhausted, you're not gonna. You can work all you want, but you're not gonna be successful. It's going to elude you constantly, right? It should be fun. This isn't fun. This one's not having any fun. This one is, right? So maybe you need to learn. Maybe you need to meet in the middle. There's a song. Can we meet in the middle? We just need to talk. I don't know how this happened. I don't know how this ended up happening. I didn't realize that this was going to happen. So maybe you need to meet in the middle is the message, right? If you feel like you've lost something positive in your life, it's still within you. Maybe there's something you felt like you lost your spark, or maybe you're not as young as you used to be, but it's all an attitude, right? There is a chance right now for something to come back and renew. Correct neutrality. I brought I have 2 lammy rugs that my friends gave me for Bea. Actually, there were 2 dogs that were going to come to my birthday party, and only one came, so they gave them both to Bea. I have one outside for her to lay on, and I took one to my meditation gong class the other morning to lay on because it's a hard floor. And I was going to put it back outside somewhere, I didn't know where, because it's been raining. I have a little spot for her to be in the sun. So I have to close the screen and put up a little baby gate so my cats don't scratch it, and it's in the house. So I threw it down on the floor, and Finn is on it. He's like, this feels good. So maybe, you know, it feels good. Give yourself a chance to have something snuggly, right? Treat yourself. I mean, I'm overseas going crazy. I've been watching you. Your love is real. I need some loving skills. You love me still. And it is real. I've got chills all over my legs. You never tell me lies. So somebody's been thinking. Maybe they didn't trust someone. They're overseas, they're working. I didn't trust that you would be honest or loyal, or if it was real, you're just like everyone else. But I've been overseas watching you. I'm going crazy. You never tell lies. You're loyal. Wow. New beginning, right? When they found out that I was rich. So somebody may have too much money. Is there, can you have too much money? But maybe that's it. Oh, they only want you for your money. They only want you because you're cute. They're going to use you. They're going to take from you. So they backed away, right? You're just a party girl, right? This song is pretty amazing. They're upset because you're being wishy-washy. Yeah, right? Back and forth, back and forth. Make up your freaking mind. Is it over? Or what is it? My mom used to say this little thing. Tell me quick before I faint. Is we in love or is we ain't? Back and forth is no good, right? Because who needs that? Wishy-washy behavior? No good. Make a decision. Stop acting cool. You're acting like a fool. This makes me think of that song. What's her name? She's a Canadian singer. Baby, this is what you came for. Lightning strikes whenever she walks in. Everybody's watching her, but she's looking at you. So he was saying, you're loyal. Everyone's looking at her, but she's looking at you. You're blowing it, dude. Seriously, woman or man. Somebody is juggling their priorities, thinking that this is just, they're blowing it. Baby, this is what you came for. Stop acting so cool. You're acting like a fool. So it's not Alanis Morissette. It's the younger girl, and she's talking about why you get dressed up and you act like. Oh, I can't think of the name of the song, but it's basically that message. I know who you are. You act like this when you're around them, and you think you're acting cool, but you're not. You're acting like you look like a fool. I know that that's not the truth of who you are. So why are you doing that? Right? Correct for neutrality. Stop acting like you're so cool. You're acting like a fool. They learned an important lesson in this, and that's probably why there is a chance you can repair this. Right? There was lessons that needed to be learned. I would say on both sides, right? If somebody did that, acted like a fool, acting all cool like they didn't care because they were thinking this one's a party girl or just wanted the money, or maybe I was just too focused on my career. It wasn't important as money. This is what you came for. Lightning strikes every time she moves. Okay, this one. And everybody's watching her, but she's looking at you. Correct for neutrality, correct for neutrality. You know, loyalty is not overrated. Loyalty is not overrated. It's a big deal. But I think we also have to learn how to be loyal to ourselves. So I think is it the Selenite wand? I think it's the Selenite wand. We're going to work with the Magdalene Oracle. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Finn loves that little lammy. He's having a bath on it. He's all snuggle wugger. Finners. My babies. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I said to a woman this morning, she goes, yeah, but you don't, she goes, I know you don't understand me because you just don't date anybody. And I said, I'm not going to throw my pearls before swine. I know who I am. I don't need to go on a dating app. I don't need to go meet people on Facebook, right? I'll meet somebody at a gas station or at the grocery store, or if it's somebody that I know, they'll freaking contact me. But I'm not going to whore myself out on a dating app. Why would you do that, right? Nah. Sorry. And then I've met 6 guys this last 2 weeks, and they were all idiots. And I'm like, man, you're trying too hard, right? Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I said I'm happy with my cats until I see the guy who wants to slash through the brambles and climb over the castle wall. I'm happy with my cats and my dog. They know what love and loyalty is. Gaia, ooh, this is a good message, because what did I say we're going to do as soon as we leave here? We're going to go for a hike. Ooh, bing, bing. So Gaia, Mother Earth, right? Now, what do we have here? It must be the moon, because the forest looks pretty dark. So maybe there's forest is dark, you can't see you can't see the forest for the trees? Gaia, so mothering. And I said this morning to my client, the same client, the reason this person likes you is he says, I think he's 10 or 11 years younger than her. And he says, no, it doesn't bother me. And I said, no, because he likes the fact that you're older than him. He loves that nurturing, mothering. And she goes, I don't want to be his mother. And I said, no, it's not about that. He didn't get that kind of nurturing, loving energy. This is a beautiful energy. Mothering energy is, the Empress is a mothering energy, right? The Empress is queen of all queens, right? So whether you're a man or a woman, Spirit says embrace this side, this loving, nurturing side of you, the gentle, loving, nurturing energy. And whatever situation you're in, this is the energy that will help that situation, right? If you embrace those qualities. Ego, pride, cockiness, not going to fly, right? Nurturing, loving, gentle, kind energy. That's your superpower right now. It's also about, my first response when I saw this was, yeah, we're going outside. I love it. It gets me grounded. It makes me feel connected to my ancestors. It makes me recognize the beauty. I like that Facebook is down right now. I got to tell you, I like that it's down, because there's so much negative and sad. Even just the Sedona Humane Society posting, this animal's been here the longest, and there's nobody. And then they say, why won't somebody take me home? And I'm just sick to my stomach. Right before something went down, something popped up on my page, and it was about a puppy being strangled by a snake, so it would get clicks and likes. And I thought, what is wrong? People are so sick. I don't want to see that. But when I get outside, I'm happy, I'm light, I'm grounded. So maybe right now this is about asking Mother Nature hold you, asking Mother Earth to pull you back down to ground, right? Ground you and strengthen you, and pull that energy, that revitalizing energy from the earth, and have it flowing through your body, right? Spend some time in nature. Spend some time gardening. My plants, I'm looking at my chia seeds. They need watering. Oh, yesterday we went on a 6-mile hike, Bea and I, but I cut through the forest because it was getting dark. I met a woman on the trail, and she was from Los Angeles, and she said, can I go with you? She was nervous about going alone because she wanted to go to Soldier's Pass, and she wasn't sure if she could get there and back before dark. So I let her come in, and at first I was like, oh, God, I don't want her to drag me back, right? Because I move really quickly. But then it ended up being really nice, because I had somebody to record pictures, and she took pictures of me up this big tree that I've always wanted to climb up on the top of this giant rock, and it was kind of fun being a tourist and being a tourist in my own town and showing her sights that she couldn't see on her own. And so, but I said, you got to trust me, and I said, I don't stick to the trail, I off-road. So we literally cut an entire mile out of the 6-mile hike, and it was awesome. So, but right before she got to me, I climbed this tree on my own, and I was trying to set the camera up on the opposite tree. And so I climbed up really quick, and because the camera was going to flash on, I only had 10 seconds to get up there. And when I went to get down, I slipped, and I fell back, and I fell into a manzanita bush, and I broke a branch. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm really careful about not stepping on the plants and stepping on, the sacred ground. And so I was just beginning the hike, and I thought, oh, I can't just leave it here. So I hung it in a tree, because there was a little tiny root attached. Now this goes back to the second message. There's still the song is called Shiver by Ed Sheeran. Look it up. I love this song. I usually get up and dance to it. Dancing underneath the stars, I want it all. You got me feeling like I want to be that guy. I want to feel like my soul's on fire. Ooh. Get closer and give me the shivers. Ooh. Okay. There was one little root, little tiny root, and I thought, I wonder if I could plant that in the ground and save it and grow it. And the manzanita bushes are so beautiful, the dark red wood. And so when we came back, it was still there, and I met another couple, and I said, are you local? And the guy goes, yeah, he's hippie, long hair. And I told him what happened, and I said, I have this little root here, and I said, do you think I could get it to grow? And he goes, you're going to stick it in the water? And I said, no. And he goes, good. I said, I was just going to put it in good soil, and he goes, don't put it in good soil. It grows in the sandy soil here. Plant it in its own soil. If you put it in too much water, it won't be used to that. That was interesting, right? So I brought it home, and it was dark, and I planted it. They dug a moat in the back to stop the water from pouring in from the monsoons, and there were the mounds of soft red earth that was sitting right outside my back gate. So I planted it. So get your hands in soil. That's getting you grounded. Get your hands connecting to Mother Nature. Get your hands connecting to the earth. Go for a walk. Take your shoes off and feel. My friend Jacob, he always walks barefoot all around. I'm like, how can you do that? I've got such sensitive feet, right? But he wants to feel. That's how he gets grounded, because he's a spiritual teacher as well, and he's often floating up above. And I always say when I do readings for him, you need to come back down. We came here to experience this planet. We didn't come here to experience the spirit world. We came from there, right? Even though we have this connection, we need balance, and that's what this is talking about. We need balance between the spirit world and the earthy world. That's when we can embrace both. Then we have power, right? I'm hearing words. For years I have felt your yearning. Forever I have loved you. Wow, you make me shiver. Ooh, I love it when it feels like that. Yeah. Okay, I gotta turn it down because I'll just keep singing this song. Oh, I love music. Okay, correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the Druzy pendant, I could wear that today with all my colors. Ooh, the Sacred Traveler. Because I am a traveler. I am a traveler. I want to go back to California. I got to go see my girlfriend Serenity. Especially if Facebook's going to be down, I have to go see her. See? If you can't connect to somebody, you might have to go see them. Maybe that's what's showing you. Oh my gosh, I'm so used to being able to spy on that person, and now I can't. Yeah, well, why don't you make an effort to go see them? I said that too. I don't want to see a picture of you. I don't want to have a text message from you. I want to see you physically in front of my face, right? Not like I don't have a charge on that. Correct for neutrality. Oh, wait. Almost forgot. Guide my hands to the perfect message for the most amount of people. Success is assured. Wow. Success is assured. We would like you to wait on something. Now, I got that from Spirit. I want to go back to California, and I keep getting from Spirit, you are where you're meant to be right now. You're exactly where you're meant to be right now. There's a reason. Maybe I'm going to meet someone. Maybe somebody's coming to see me. I don't know. So I just said, I want to go to California, and we'd like you to wait. So success is assured, moving forward on something, but there's something else we'd like you to wait. You need to define. If you have, well, that's a double, like that's conflicting. Spirit is never conflicting. So it may not be what you're talking about. We would like you to wait in regards to what is the next question. And if you'd like to have a private reading so we can dig in deeper, my email address is sherrycolumbus@yahoo.com, SherryColumbus. You can find me on YouTube. You could generally find me on Facebook. My website is www.theangelswhisper.com. And we could find out what is success assured in regards to, and what are you supposed to wait? We would like you. Spirit never tells you what to do. It's always guidance. This is our journey, our choice, free will. But if you're asking for our guidance, we're telling you, first of all, success is assured in this situation. In regards to something, we would like you to wait. Maybe there's something else that you're getting an offer on. Are you now at a place of peace? Now, somebody, I also got that earlier, that somebody's waiting until someone calms down. Somebody is worried that, they didn't want to get their head ripped off. So are you at a place of peace? But there's another message too. Maybe you've been struggling through something. Are you now at a place of peace? Or with what you're doing in your life, are you now at a place of peace? Are you getting that? Is that what you're getting? Right? So who knows? All right. The Sacred Traveler, correct neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the Druzy pendant, Sacred Traveler. I'm seeing a white owl. The white owl is the snowy owl is the silent flyer, so it may be something coming in that you're not expecting. You may not be prepared for it. That came fast. It may come quickly. Something. Discovering the truth. There may be the truth that comes forward in regards to something, because the owl also talks about seeing through the deception and past the illusion, right? I loved and lost it 1,000 million times. I had to get it right so I knew it. And now I'm falling. You say my name like I've never heard before. I've been decisive, but now I know for sure. Remember the wishy washy? Ugh. I hope I'm not the only one who feels this way. Remember? That's why somebody wasn't going to move forward, because I don't know if they feel that way. You can get whatever you want from me. If you want it, baby. But you're my reflection, and I'm afraid of all the things it could do to me. I would have stayed at home because I was doing better alone. Maybe you went out and saw somebody, and then it was like lit a fire under your ass, and you were safe hiding, right? So Spirit says somebody's been discovering the truth. I'm falling in love with the one that could break my heart. See, remember? I don't want to allow my heart to feel, because if I do, I could get slayed by you. And I don't want to do that. But you can't stop falling in love. That's why it's called falling in love, right? So Spirit says, stand in the light of truth. There's wisdom that comes from in your soul. Your brain may say something, but your soul is going to rise up, right? And Spirit says, trust your gut at this time. Trust your instincts at this time. What you look at in these pictures, you see these guys going somewhere, and this person's giving that one advice, right? And Spirit says, trust yourself. Don't ask them. You already know. The answers are within you, right? And because this guy might say, yeah, you need to go in that direction because it's this, that, or the other. But that works for them, but maybe it wouldn't work for you. Or maybe they would say, oh, no, don't do that. That's not going to be good. But maybe that's not good for them. Spirit says your soul knows what's best for you. Whatever the situation is, respond from your authentic self, right? Be honest with yourself. Speak your truth, right? Live your truth. Walk your walk, talk your talk. That's a big deal to me, right? Walk your walk, talk your talk. I don't want to hear you spewing all this shit and you don't do it yourself. That's why I said to my client this morning, when I speak to you, when Spirit gives me this guidance and I relay that to you, I'm listening, because it's guidance for me too, right? So I understand where you're at. So Spirit says you might be at a crossroads, right? You might be facing a decision. All of these cards could go together. I take all of these cards as one single message for me, all of them, right? In some way, they apply in my life. So here, he's pointing that guy in the other direction, and then this guy's got his backpack on, and he's going that way. He's going against the grain. I think of the salmon totem. The salmon jumps upstream. No other fish jumps upstream to get to where they're spawning, but they have to get there. They know that's where I've got to go. That's my path. I need to do that, and I can do it even if it's difficult. So sometimes you choose, and I told my client this morning, another client, that, okay, it looks this way, and this looks this way. And if I am falling in love with one who could break my heart, nothing is ever a guarantee, right? There's no guarantee. But maybe you were that one person. Maybe you were the only person, even though that person did all that, they came back and they told you their truth, and others would say, why would you go back to that? Why would you even entertain that thought? But maybe you were the one person, and Spirit knew, whose heart could understand, yeah, you did that. It was shitty. It was horrible. But I grew and you grew, and I see something in you that others maybe did not. And so this is my choice. Even though it may not be an easier road, it may be difficult for you, your choice is to go for that, right? Sometimes we choose a path that's more difficult. Some people like a challenge. Some people know that they have to challenge themselves to grow, right? It just depends. Some people don't. Some people like it real easy, right? So Spirit says if you're getting a nudge to go into a certain direction or make a choice, or like I think about that when I go for a hike. Where do we go today? Sometimes I don't know till I get to the end of the street and all of a sudden I turn right. Like I was going to go to Wisconsin. I was going to go drive my car to Wisconsin, and I was all ready. I had my truck set up, but if I had to stop on the road, I could. I was going to go. But something just, it wasn't solidifying. And the other option was Colorado, and then another option was Utah, and another option was California. I didn't know, and I said to Spirit, I need guidance. And I got to the mailbox, and a California scrub landed on my mailbox. So I thought, all right, that's California. And then I got to the road, and I thought, all right, that's still not a loud enough message. I need to make a choice. By the time I get to the road, I'm either going to turn left or I'm going to turn right. And if I turned left, I could have gone to Colorado, Utah, or Wisconsin. I would have had to make my choice along the way. I do things like that, right? I follow my guidance. So I got to the corner, and a message came on I think it was the radio. All you people that moved to Arizona and Texas, why are you coming back to California? And it's funny because you might look at that and think, why are you coming back to California? You moved to Arizona, you moved to Texas, why are you coming back? But I didn't. They knew I was coming back. Why are you coming back? So I went. That was my guidance. So if you get a nudge to go in a certain, that's what it meant to me. And maybe it wasn't where I was supposed to go. It ended up being what I needed. I needed friends. It wasn't that I went to a beautiful place. Song right now, You Choose Loyalty. I know your history. Loyalty is a big theme right now. It is to me. Colorado, Utah, going across country, I could have seen beautiful things. I ended up going to Menifee, California, which is not a beautiful place. But I went to my girlfriend's farm, and I hung out with her, and then I went to my other friend and hung out in her pool. I needed friends at that time. That was important to my soul. I needed that. So for you are the one that knows what you need right now, right? It's not what other people tell you you need. It's what you need. It's about discovering the truth of what's important for me. Maybe I need to slow down. Maybe I'm not going to a city. Maybe I'm going to get my backpack and I'm going to go out into nature where I need to get grounded, right? So if you're not being authentic in some area of your life, Spirit says you're not on your path then. You're not following your true values. So Spirit says now it's time to make a change. Stand in your light of your truth. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Message. Best message. Most applicable message. Late at night, all I think about is you. I mean, come on. There's somebody that's like not with somebody. You deserve so much better now. You deserve so much better now. Correct for neutrality. I do. I know that. Sometimes I don't show you how much I love you. Why? When I deserve so much better, maybe you should. Right? You deserve better than I gave you, so I'm going to give you that. I don't show you how much I love you. I'm sorry I was so selfish. Wow. I'm in Hollywood. You need a better life than this. Better than I could ever give. You deserve better. I'm sorry I was selfish. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat wave's been freaking me out. Whether I can make you happy or not. Now I've got to let you go. You'd be better off with someone new. So I heard this in my head. I get audio messages sometimes. 6.5 years ago, I heard, leave her alone, you'll only hurt her. And I literally, in my dreams, screamed, no, that's not how I feel. So it might be that you're looking down on yourself. I'm not going to settle for less than I deserve, but maybe what I deserve, the person that I deserve doesn't feel deserving. They don't feel they're good enough. This person doesn't feel like they could give them enough, right? I'm looking at his backpack. Maybe he doesn't have a lot to offer financially. I don't know what you're dreaming of. Your smile is so comfortable. I wish I could give you that. So this is sometimes I don't show you how much I love you. So, remember Spirit said that the juggler and the party girl or the one that was the happy person. Maybe I wasn't happy. Maybe I had issues with depression and anxiety, and I'd bring you down, and you're just a happy person. I don't want to rain on your parade. And maybe that person didn't feel that way about you, right? Maybe are you having a conversation and answering for the other person? Remember, Spirit says you can change things. I'm sorry I was so selfish. I'm sorry I didn't tell you how much I loved you. I'm sorry. I should have told you. Well, you can, instead of saying you deserve better than me, which is what the guy said to my client this morning. He did something shitty. He was supposed to meet up with her, and he left. It was like 7 o'clock at night when he finally contacted her. They were supposed to do something Friday or Saturday, and it wasn't until she sent him several messages, and he finally said, I'm tired. Really? You don't know how to communicate? And then on Saturday, same thing. They were supposed to do something, and finally he sent her a message. She didn't respond. Sent her another, and then he sends her a picture lying in bed because he's really good looking, right? And she's just like, she goes, you know, that my feelings are really hurt. I feel really disrespected. And his answer, song right now, I want to live life fast. I don't know how to slow down. I want to get high. Somebody help me, because I don't want to be a memory. Am I the only one who's coming unglued? Bottles on the shelf I'm about to run through. I want to undo it. So looking to something to fill a void, right? And I said to her, that's what this guy was going through. I said, he's dealing with anxiety. And she goes, you know what? I can understand that. Does he think I can't understand that? What does that say about what he thinks of me? And I said, he's not thinking of you. He's thinking of himself. Why? Because he's selfish. He's self-absorbed. He doesn't realize you don't have to take care of it all yourself. People don't expect you to be perfect. Sometimes we have things that we deal with. But why won't you allow someone to help you? Because I've always had to do it myself. I've never had anybody. I take care of me. I handle it. And what does Spirit say? Stop being the juggler. Stop being the one who thinks that you need to handle all of it. Delegate authority. Ask Spirit for help. Let people know and allow people to help you. I can say for myself, that's a hard thing to do. It was hard for me to accept help. I've always done it alone. I stand on my own. I take care of my shit. No one supports me. Except for Spirit. Right? I don't do it on my own. My phone doesn't ring at all unless Spirit says, because I recognize I have a team. So, yeah, you deserve better now. I recognize this. That was your lesson. I want to live fast. I don't want to slow down. But obviously you're not doing that. You're living life fast. You're going through bottles on the shelf, whether they be alcohol or pills to keep you awake, alcohol to numb you out, whatever it is, because I want to live fast. You're not living fast. You're an addict. You got addiction issues. You're codependent on attention. You need whatever it is. Get outside and get connecting to what's real, right? Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that because I'm on my soapbox right now. And this is the longest reading, 52:52. So 5, big changes. The significant change is taking place in your life right now, always for the better. Good idea to call upon Spirit for help with those changes. Says number 5. Number 2, everything is fine and will continue to be so. Keep believing, especially since your feelings of hope lead to more positive outcomes. The angels can buoy your faith. If what? If you ask for their help. And it's emphasized twice. So, all right, you guys, take care. I'm going to take my baby. I'm going to show you my boy. Look at how he's loving his little velvet. Do you love your velvet carpet? Oh, babies. Everybody woke up because Mom's up and we got to go now. Okay, guys, have a great day. Love you.